And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for the second game of the evening. ICC Lady Indians picking up a 63-42 win in the first game of the day. ICC and Delta set to do battle here in the second game of the evening. A very patriotic Mississippi Delta, as we had the playing of the national anthem before the men's game. Had that before the women's game as well. So let's take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups for ICC. It's going to be Trevante Doolittle wearing number 3. He is a 6'4" sophomore guard out of Hughes, Arkansas. He went to Earl High School. Number 5, Tyler Smith, a 6'6" freshman forward out of Atlanta, Georgia. He went to Langston Hughes High School. And then you've got number 20, Jeremy Miller, making one of his first starts of the season. He's a 6'5" sophomore forward out of Ackerman. He went to Choctaw County High School. You've got number 22, Madarius Hobson, getting the start. He is a 6'3" guard / forward. He's also a sophomore. He's out of Hulka High School, and they only called out 4 starters. So I'm assuming since, let's see who's out on the floor here. Number 11, Brandon Brown will be the other starter, 6'5" freshman guard out of Memphis, Tennessee. He went to White Station High School. For the Delta Trojans, you're going to hear 2 familiar names, one of them being 0, Cartisco Brown. He's a 5'6" sophomore guard out of Moorhead. He played at ICC last year. And then the rest of the guys are still wearing their hoodies. So we'll have to wait for them because you can't really hear the PA guy calling out numbers right now. So we'll try to get you those Coca-Cola starting lineups. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Grant Pate hopes he's got that winning combo put together tonight as ICC wearing their road blue trimmed in red and white. And we talked about it, Jeremy Miller getting his first start of the season, a sophomore out of Choctaw County High School. ICC going with one of the bigger lineups that we've seen them go with this season.
Yeah. I was talking about earlier that Delta had a smaller looking guys on the court. So I think we're trying to do a little matchup to see if we can, maybe get the ball inside and take advantage of some of our height.
All right, so here's your starting lineup for the Trojans. They're in white, trimmed in red and black, as the First American National Bank opening tip will be controlled by Mississippi Delta. Reset my score from the first game of the day. As being a man down, actually 2 men down with the broadcast tonight. This is me and Raphael Henry bringing this action as the lob inside, nearly lost it, and there's a block shot. Layup, though, is good. It was Miller with the block shot, but a nice job by Delta staying with the basketball, able to come back and get the layup up in and good. So for Delta, as they come out in a trap at midcourt, Cartisco Brown wearing 0, number 5, Latrell Carter, number 10, Terry Wallace, number 14, Chavis Banks, and number 23, Darius Jackson. That is your starting 5 for Delta. And they're going to call a travel on the baseline, as that's going to be a turnover by the Indians. The other player that you're going to hear tonight is going to be Anthony Diggins. He is a 6'4" sophomore guard out of Greenville. He too played at ICC last season. So a turnover by the Indians. 2-0 is the score in favor of the Trojans of Mississippi Delta. Delta comes in with a record of 7-6 overall, 0-2 in the North, as there's a steal by the Indians trying to go coast to coast. Layup is up in a good. Nice finish, Raphael, with somebody coming in on his heels.
Yeah, good job being able to execute that layup there, because he had a guy that kind of was playing above the rim a little bit. Thought it might be a goaltending, but he was able to make that shot.
That was Brandon Brown with the layup. That shot is off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, put back up in and good. Another basket by Terry Wallace. Wallace has just been in the right spot at the right time for his first 2 baskets of the contest. 4-2 now is the score. 18-18 to go here in the first half. ICC trying to get a road sweep tonight after the Lady Indians picked up a 63-42 win in the first game of the evening. And I'll tell you what, getting 2 wins on the road is very difficult. Madarius Hobson, fresh off a 32-point contest last week, misses that jumper, and now here comes Delta quickly in transition. Second time in a row this week, or last week, or earlier this week in that game, I said transaction instead of transition, as the layup is off the mark, no good, but there is a foul on Delta. I guess I just got Renaissance Bank in my head because best bank in the South. You want to make those financial transactions through Renaissance Bank. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com. How about that for a save, Raphael?
Good job.
So heading to the free throw line here is going to be number 5. That's Tyler Smith, and his first free throw, flat, no good. 4-2 is your score. ICC trailing Delta here in the early goings of this contest. Second free throw, that one follows suit. Just not a good bend to the knees that time. Just a flat shot. Missed them both. 4-2 Delta with the lead and the basketball. They're working right to left on your radio dial for those of you that might be joining us here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. We do appreciate you tuning in. Trying to drive baseline, reverse layup. Just was able to sneak that one in. Was Delta, lead now 6-2 in favor of the Trojans. Delta coming out, extending that man-to-man defense well beyond the three-point line. Hobson with it, nice ball movement. Doolittle gets it underneath, trying to fit it inside that time. A lot of contact, no foul call, and now ICC gets it back. They reset the shot clock, so ICC got a big-time break there. And the layup is up in and good.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Delta's coach was coming out arguing that, and rightfully so. And Rafi, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that I was like, they need to be looking at the shot clock. Then when I looked up and saw it, I was like, oh.
Well, that's the same thing. I was looking up, and I saw it, and I was like, well, how did we get a fresh 30? And we talked about that. That's something that consistently happens when you play at Delta. You have a lot of shot clock situations, as the three-point play the old-fashioned way could not be converted. 3 straight misses from the free throw line by Tyler Smith. That time, though, the shot clock issue going in favor of ICC, as that would have easily been a shot clock violation. 6-4 is the score. 16:50 to play here in the first half. Adam Gore, Raphael Henry bringing this action here on the ICC Sports Network. Delta with the basketball, trying to drive baseline, lobs it inside, taken away that time by Brandon Brown. Now ICC out in transition. Brown trying to push the issue. Delta doing a good job getting back defensively and forcing them to reset. Brown's going to dribble over here on the right wings. Asks for a screen for Miller. Gets it, but a good job by Delta going underneath it.
Delta trying to play a little zone.
Trying to run a cheater on Mayday, as this is going to be a three-point basket on its way. Back iron, no good. Rebound, and that's Jeremy Miller getting the board. As we talked about, Miller getting his first start of the season. He's already blocked a shot and got a couple of rebounds in the game, so a good start to the contest for Miller. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Well, now the shot clock should have reset, as there's a jumper up in and good. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Timeout as that basket good for Brandon Brown. 6-6 is the score. We'll take the timeout with them and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back out of the timeout. 6-6 is your score. 15:52 to go here until halftime. We're now joined in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth by Coach Robin Porter. And Coach, thanks for joining us. Picking up a big, hard-fought win, 63-42 in the first game of the evening.
Thank you for having me, Adam.
So Delta with the basketball now. They work it into the corner. This is going to be Brown with it. Thought about the three, didn't like what he had. Checking into the contest during that timeout for Delta was number 12, Anthony Diggins, another former Indian on the floor. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Wild jumper put up, in and good. And this is in the first half has been the Terry Wallace show, as he's got 8 points. And now the lead back to 2, 15-14 to play. All right, so we're going to continue our conversation here with Coach Porter and just touch on her game a little bit. Coach, tough game. You always know it's going to be a little tough when you come here to Delta, but I'll tell you what, your second teamers really came in and provided the spark tonight.
The second team has been practicing hard, been working hard, and just giving them an opportunity. That's all they were waiting for. But it's always good to get a road win anytime you can take one on the road.
Three-point basket was off that time as the ball sent ahead. Actually bounced off the official into the hands of Brown. His three-pointer's off the mark as well. Anything you can do, I can do better on that possession there. Brown drops it off to Doolittle. Doolittle's layup's no good, but there's Brown with the putback. Nice job by Brown. We talked about it being the Wallace show for Delta. It's been the Brown show so far here for ICC as he collects his 6th point of the contest. And 14:20 to go here in the first half. Well, Coach, in the first half, whatever you said at halftime, you may want to learn how to bottle that because you came out, opened up on a big-time run. I think it was close to a 20-1 run to distance yourself between Delta. For what you can say, what did you talk about at halftime?
We just made some halftime adjustments and picked up the tempo and just got onto them a little bit.
That's the voice of Coach Robin Porter talking with us and joining us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Visit iccms.edu/foundation for more information on how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College. Three-pointer from the corner is up, in, and good for Delta. Nice-looking drive that time by Brown. Good finish. Nice stroke that time by number 23, Darius Jackson. He's out of Louisiana getting his first points of the contest. 11-8 now is your score in favor of Delta. Doolittle with the basketball is going to work it back up top to Brown. Brown's going to go, now they go inside, and it's going to be a kick ball. Well, Coach, let's kind of talk about it because we've seen it in the guys' game. ICC caught a big-time break earlier when they didn't shoot the ball, and then they got the shot clock reset and was able to bury a jumper. When you come to Delta, you kind of got to do a little extra coaching getting ready for this game because
you have to teach them to play through adversity, everything. Just don't pay attention to the ref, don't pay attention to the clock, just play basketball.
And that's a good thing to do when you're on the road, especially in this league, is to toughen yourself up mentally because you're going to have those games where you got to overcome it more.
You got to be able to control what you can control.
Rance Champ shoots that three. It's off the mark. Long rebound pulled down by Diggins for Delta. 11-8 is your score. 13:02 and counting to go until halftime. Delta with the basketball. Diggins goes inside. Wild shot, no good, but there's an offensive rebound. Put back up in and good. That's number 5. Carter with the putback, and Delta leading this one should be 13-8. They haven't put the points on the board yet. We'll take it, though, with 12:43 to go here until halftime.
I see you got Delta in the zone. Same thing as the women's. They got to figure out like us. If it's the outside shot, not here, you got to drive, attack it, and then drop it off to somebody.
5 seconds now on the shot clock. Champs for long three, rattles it in. Well, Coach, if you're ICC, that's who you want to get hot, as he's been. When he gets one, they all tend to follow.
He's been hot lately this second half of the season.
Running scoop shot. There's a foul and count the basket. And so a chance at a three-point play here the old-fashioned way for Delta as they take a 15-11 lead now. As this will be number 23 heading to the free throw line. That's going to be Jackson. So Jackson trying to get back-to-back baskets here, or actually hit a three-pointer, trying to get back-to-back three-point plays for Delta to push the lead back out to 5. So how do you coach that up during the week, Coach, to kind of prepare them for that that mental edge you got to have coming in here at Delta?
Well, when we do certain competitive drills, we don't call. We're picky at what we call to make them frustrated, or just make up a call.
And that will do it in a hurry. Champ wants another three. Yes! Well, that's what we said. When he hits one, they all tend to follow. Rance Champ buries the three, makes it a one-point contest. 15-14, 11:50 to play here until halftime. Nice extra pass by Delta underneath. Easy layup, beautiful basketball that time, as it was number 5, Carter, the beneficiary of that nice extra pass. 17-14 now, Delta with the lead. 11.5 to play here in the first half. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians picked up a 63-42 win to remain unbeaten in conference play, improved to 11-2 on the year. Coach Raphael and I talked about it, as there's another three-pointer from the Indians. That one off the mark, no good. And the rebound tipped out. Somehow Mayday found it. But, Coach, one thing we were talking about is a nice extra pass. Layup is good. Maybe I just need to try to keep making my point, and ICC gets good things happening there as Porter gets the basket. But, no, Coach, what I was saying is it's very important to take care of business in division play, because this year, as ICC falls asleep defensively, this year the North Women's Champion hosts that state tournament, and home court advantage is always a big advantage.
Yeah, but you got to win out. You got to take care of, especially business on the road. You got to take care of the ones on the road and steal it on the road.
Champ misses that three, but there's a rebound to Porter. Now inside they go to Hobson. Hobson's fall-away jumper. Halfway down, no good, and a big, strong rebound that time by Delta. ICC doing a much better job on the boards, at least on the offensive end, getting some second shot opportunities as there's a steal by Brown. Brown's going to drive in. Had it partially blocked. You got to protect the basketball better than that, as Carlton was there to clean things up. Timeout on the floor. ICC trails it 19-18. We're going to take the break with them and hear from Sonic and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. ICC just got the basket. Delta basketball moving right to left on your radio dial, listening here on 101.9 FM. ICC trailing 19-18 with 10:15 to go until halftime. We are being joined by Coach Robin Porter, Raphael Henry running the camera here for Let'sGoICCTV.com. And there's a travel on the pump fake that time, and the ball will go back to the Indians. So a chance this time down the floor for the Indians to take their first lead of the contest. And Coach, just sort of talk about the importance of this possession.
Got to attack, keep attacking, and maybe you find Rance on the outside.
Champ does have the hot hand going here early on. Had the basketball, but give it up quickly as he saw almost a double team on the wing. ICC working now with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
There you go. Give Mayday, give your main man the touch.
Mayday goes underneath, had the shot blocked. Good defense. And I tell you, he draws a lot of attention when he gets the ball that close to the basket. Here comes Delta. Tried to lob it into the backside as Diggins called for the lob, nowhere near the basket. He got it, but ended up out of bounds, so the turnover gives the ball back to the Indians. More substitutions coming into the game here for Delta. Both these teams substituting a lot tonight, a trio of subs. These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Follow them on Twitter at ICCBSU. Don't forget they meet Monday nights at 7:07. Wednesdays at lunch. All they ask is bring $2 and a friend. 3-point baskets off the mark, no good. Hobson with the rebound. Carlton did the smart thing of allow him to reset the offense. Kendricus Carlton on the floor. Brandon Brown, Rance Champ, Madarius Hobson, and Porter on the floor. As that three-pointer's off the mark, no good. Now you're starting to see Delta sag back in that zone, and unless it's Rance Champ touching the basketball, they're going to let the Indians continue to shoot that three. So Delta with it now, being very patient on the offensive end. Neither team been able to put a point on the board since coming out of that timeout. 19-18 is your score with 9 minutes to play, and that's going to be Delta basketball on the baseline after the Indians slapped it out of bounds. Reminder, ICC will be back in action on Tuesday when they host Coahoma. 5:30, 7:30 starts. Pretty much what everybody in the league does except for Delta. And that's going to be a reach-in foul there on the Indians. Speaking of promotions, we also do want to remind you that it'll be the Alumni Association and Indian Club Membership Appreciation Night on February the 3rd. If you're a member of the Indian Club or the Alumni Association, you get free admission to the game. You'll be able to mix and mingle with ICC coaches and staff and part of the hospitality room where you get food and drinks that evening. That's February the 3rd. For more information on the foundation, or excuse me, the Alumni Association and Indian Club, visit iccms.edu. We'll have some more information, of course, on letsgoicc.com next week. Kickball, and it'll reset the shot clock to 20 seconds. Delta will have it. 8:50 and counting here until halftime. 19-18, Delta with the lead. Ball nearly taken away by the Indians. Trojans are able to keep it. Baseline jumper, up in and good. Well, the Indians just not moving defensively that time. Created an easy opportunity for the Trojans. So Delta run that 1-3-1 press, but they don't really put a whole lot of pressure on you. They just try to make you think about it coming up the floor.
And slow you down a little bit.
Yep. Try to go inside to Hobson. The ball was slapped away. A lot of contact, no foul call. And Delta now with the basketball. 3 is the lead, 21-18 with 8:15 to play here. They're trying to go inside. Champ had the basketball and gets tangled up, and that's going to be a foul call there on Delta as Champ took a pretty nasty elbow to the side of the face there. And Delta's going to send in a sub here, and I believe that's going to be number 12, and that's going to be Diggins checking back into the contest here for the Trojans. Coming up on 8 minutes of play here, ICC trailing 21-18. Champ with the basketball, now works it back to Brown at the point guard position, back over to Champ on the right wing, baseline to Porter. Man, great movement by Delta, not giving the Indians anything easy on the offensive end. Champ ball fakes, goes to Porter. Porter's baseline jumper, left short, no good. Rebound, bounced around, and the Trojans control. And that's going to be a reach-in foul there. One of those situations, Coach, where...
Just let it go.
Yeah, say just let it go in that sense. He thought about going for the basketball, and then about halfway through...
Just be there on the catch and hope he travel.
So a foul bails him out there. 7:47 to go here. Doolittle will check back into the contest. Rance Champ will check out. This substitution being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. Well, Coach, this is the first time we've got to talk to you on the broadcast this season. Your first season as a head coach, of course, longtime assistant coach under Coach Nancy Gray. How's it going so far as your first year as a head coach?
It's been great. I mean, under her tutelages and learning and watching, it's been okay. It's hard, but it's okay.
Well, I have seen Nancy had a couple of games this year, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to her. Of course, I know you probably lean on her a lot now still to get some advice, but how is the adjustment going for Coach Gray, coming from a coach of just a few years for Coach Gray, but to having to be a fan now?
Honestly, I think the grandbabies keep her pretty busy or put her a book.
Yeah, I would say she's got enough grandkids to make a starting five as the Indians throw the ball inbounds on the baseline. They turn it over, and Delta gets it back. They got another one, so they'll be able to have a substitution coming in here pretty soon. And there's a turnover on the other end by Delta. A little ugly basketball being played right now as this layup, though, is up, in, and good for the Indians to make it a one-point contest. 21-20, Delta with the lead and the basketball. 7 minutes to play until halftime. Cartisco Brown with it. It's going to dribble to the right wing. Instead, now passes it to the free throw line. Trying to drive inside. Nothing there. Good help defense to take it away, but nice high-low set. That's got to be a travel. No, they're going to call it jump ball. Well, possession arrow in favor of the Indians, but he took 2 or 3 steps before the ball was tied up that time. Either way it goes, the Indians get the ball back and a chance to take their first lead of the evening. Substitution in the game here for Delta. This is number 21 coming in. This is going to be Parks. First time tonight seeing Parks in the lineup. 21-20. Delta with the lead. ICC with the basketball. On the right wing. Pick up the dribble. Skips it over now. Into the corner. This is Doolittle. Back up top to Carlton. Carlton calling for a screen out of Hobson. Into the corner. They go back to Doolittle. The Indians just kind of sitting still, not moving without the basketball, and they get bailed out big time there on a tripping foul called on Delta. Looks like Brown kind of just tripped over his own feet that time, so a big time break there for the Indians. Coach, it's hard to score when you don't move without the basketball. That's a very key in this league or any game of basketball.
At this point, executing the play and playing out the play because everyone's scouting you.
So Carlton with the basketball in the wing. Couldn't find it inside to Hobson as Delta paying a lot of attention to Mayday. Deep 3 on its way. That one off the mark, no good. And Delta will settle for that shot each trip down for the Indians as that three-pointer wouldn't fall. 6 minutes to play now, 21-20. Delta with the 1-point advantage over the Indians. Driving inside, and that's going to be a blocking foul called on ICC. Nice hustle that time on the part of Smith to get there. Just couldn't quite get in front of the ball handler. And he's going to be called for the blocking foul. Crump getting set to check into the contest. Michael Crump, but they're going to say he's got free throws coming up first. So 21-20 is the score. 5:53 to go until halftime. First free throw is good for the Trojans. Pushes the lead back out to 2. Michael Crump wearing number 2. Also, Rodarian Pendleton into the contest here for the Indians. Those substitutions being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona. Avoiding this tail end of this two-shot opportunity here. Second free throw, that one rattles in, no good, or good, excuse me, but they're going to say a lane violation. Wipes that one off, so a break there for the Indians. Guess he put his foot down before the ball. Guess he fell forward on the shot, but said that his foot stepped on the line before it got to the rim. So a big-time break there for the Indians as the score remains 22-20, 5:45 to go until halftime. Smith with the basketball, works it back up top to Pendleton. Quickly over to Carlton, now back to Pendleton, who fires up the three. The Renaissance Bank shot.
The bank is open.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you, renaissancebank.com, and a big-time shot there as the Indians take their first lead of the night. Then Pendleton gets the steal after getting the bank shot. And he's going to dribble back and reset the offense. Smart play by Pendleton, Coach, because a lot of times when you hit that first shot, you're that open on the next trip down the floor, you're going to put it up in a hurry. But instead, just dribbles it back out and resets the offense. Inside they go. Hobson draws a triple team. Beautiful pass. Layup is good. Count the basket. Let's look at that one on the Little Caesars instant replay. And, Coach, you said it. Beautiful basketball there. Great court vision as Crump attacked the backside, got the foul, and a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Well, that's what you got to do. When a guy like Mayday draws that triple team, you've got to fill in that spot on the floor where the help defense comes from.
And make one more pass.
And 9 times out of 10, good things happen. And Crump, you got to stay in that free throw as he was heading back down the other end of the floor, and that one rattles in and out and no good. 25-22 ICC with the lead. Delta with the basketball. Nice extra pass. They drew the double team, found where the help defense came from, and got an easy layup. 25-24 is the score. Back and forth we go in this one. 4:38 and counting to go here until halftime. Pendleton with it now. Works it over to Carlton, to Crump, back to Carlton, to Pendleton on the right wing. He wants the three-pointer where he banked it in, and he banked in another one. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, and Roe Pendleton, understanding that the bank is open late here in Moorhead tonight. His second Renaissance Bank shot for three gives the Indians a 28-24 lead. 4:10 to go here in the first half. Delta with the basketball. Coach Pate, I thought he was on the floor playing defense here for a second, the way he was waving his arms around. Delta, such great movement without the basketball. Misses the layup. Second putback's no good, and there's Pendleton with the loose ball. Now Hobson out in the open floor. Didn't like what he saw. Drops it back to Pendleton. He's like, I'm not in my spot to shoot a three, so we're going to reset it. Pendleton now inside to Hobson. Hobson's jumper in the paint. He's probably made that shot thousands of times throughout his career. Buries that one there for Mayday's first points of the night. Lead now is 6. ICC with their largest lead of the night, 30-24 with 3:22 to go here in the first half. Adam Gore, Robin Porter, Raphael Henry bring this action here. As that jumper halfway down, no good, and Hobson emphatically grabs that rebound and will dribble it up the floor. The Indians being patient here on the offensive end. That's Pendleton with it, playing a game of catch between him and Carlton. Carlton into the corner. Crump thought about the three and then steps out of bounds. Well, Crump kept calling for that lob on the backside. It wasn't open, as 21 was there to try to get any type of lob that were thrown that way. Timeout on the floor. ICC leads it 30-24, 2:52 to go until halftime. We'll take a break, and let's hear from Little Caesars and be back with more right after this.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back out of the timeout. 30-24 is your score. 2:54 to go until halftime. My buddy Brian Baldwin checking in, watching tonight's broadcast. Appreciate Brian. Of course, he's filled in a couple of times with us, and might see if he might be able to make a road trip with us on some of these games on a Thursday night in the near future, depending on what time he can break away from his duties over there at Blue Delta Jean Company. First shot's no good. Second shot's no good, but there was a foul. And this will send Delta back to the free throw line. That foul going to be whistled there on Hobson. Well, Coach, let's put the coaching shoes on you here. 30-24 is your score, 2.5 to play here. What do the Indians need to do here to try to build on this lead going into halftime?
Well, right now we got to keep them off the free throw line and box out rebound.
First free throw is no good. You know, it's always the simple things, Coach.
It's the most simplest things.
It's a simple game, but people tend to make it difficult, don't they?
Yes.
So the first free throw was no good. Second free throw on its way. That one money. Nice adjustment that time by Norfleet.
And then I need to work this possession and get a good shot off.
And so Delta's going to pick up full court man-to-man defense. Pendleton will spin into the front court now. Being guarded closely now as they drop it off to Mayday over on the left wing. Hobson feeds it in the corner to Pendleton. Pendleton up top. Delta's switch to the full court man-to-man has really thrown the Indians off this possession. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Pendleton trying to drive inside now, drops it off to Hobson. Hobson's jumper on its way. Yes!
He get a lot of elevation in his shot.
Yeah, and it's misleading or just you don't think he's going to hang up in the air that long, and by the time you start going down, he's still up there, and he's able to put that jumper in.
Right.
32-25, ICC with the lead. 1:45 to go here until halftime. Nice extra pass, but the Indians are able to tip that one out of bounds. So it'll be Delta's basketball on the baseline. Substitution coming in the game here for Delta. This is going to be number 10, Terry Wallace, who was a spark for Delta early on, checking back into the contest. 1:43 to go until halftime. 32-25 is your score. Remind you to stay tuned for the Little Caesars halftime report. We'll have some Sonic stats, hear from Coach Rick Collier about the upcoming baseball season and more. Carlton steals it. Good job drawing the defense over. Leaves it off to Mayday, who gets his 6th point of the contest. Coach, the Indians starting to roll pretty well here, largely the night now at 9. So Delta with the basketball, needing a basket this trip down the floor in a big way. Floater in the paint, off the mark, no good. Carlton with another rebound. You know, Carlton's one of those players, Coach, that he might not put a lot of points in the scorebook, but he does the little things.
He does a lot of small things that go unnoticed.
And that's a guy you really would like to see. He had a nice...
And he can hit a little shot every now and then, too.
So he finished well to the season last year as a freshman. Got some hops for a little guy, too. But now ICC trying to go to work. Hobson goes inside, and he's hammered. And a big-time foul there. It came with 6 seconds on the shot clock, and Madarius Hobson will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here. But, yeah, Carlton's that guy you like to have as a coach that's going to be unselfish. He's going to do what he can to help make the team better, whether it be in the game or at practice. Also a kid you don't really have to worry about off the floor as well. So Hobson to the free throw line where he's got 2. Indians with nobody in to rebound. First free throw from Hobson. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Looking like you back in your Mississippi State days, Coach.
I got out there yesterday and practiced with him.
How'd that go?
I think I hurt more than them, but I didn't let them see it.
Awaiting the second free throw here is on its way. That one bouncing around, no good. ICC, they've got a 10-point lead. That's the largest of the night for the Indians. Delta with the basketball with 50 seconds to play here. 35-25, ICC with the lead. Delta going with that high-low set. And reverse layup, no good. Offensive putback, no good. Third time is a charm and count the basket. Coach, that's what you said is ICC. You just got to get in there and fight for some rebounds. And sometimes, yeah, you can block out. Sometimes they can get physical. Sometimes you just got to have that want to get the rebound.
Just snatch it.
So that layup by Eubanks cuts the lead inside double digits, makes it a 35-27 lead. The Southpaw's free throw is good as well, so a big three-point swing there. As checking into the contest here for the Indians, first time in a while we've seen Shamar Brown, a 6'6" sophomore forward out of Olive Branch High School. Pendleton with the basketball now, works it up the floor to Carlton. He's going to give it back to Pendleton. About a 7 seconds difference in the game clock and the shot clock. Should be anyway, as Pendleton nearly has his pocket picked. And just that possession was doomed from the get-go as Pendleton turns it over. Layup is good, and Delta, a strong finish here. They were trailing by 10, now only trail by 5. Carlton's going to have to do something with the basketball. Up to Hobson, over to Pendleton. Pendleton shot blocked. Brown gets it, fires up a 3 at the buzzer, and it's blocked as well. Not a good finish to the first half for the Indians. They led as much as 10. And Coach saw that lead quickly evaporate to 5 as we head into the break. So your thoughts on the first half, Coach Porter?
And got a battle. Look like we're losing the rebound. They're getting a lot of offensive rebound putback. So we got to stop that second half.
We're going to take a quick timeout, hear a word from Little Caesars and Sonic, and come back with some more of the Little Caesars halftime report right after this. ICC leading at 35-30 here at the break at Mississippi Delta.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at some first half stats being brought to you by the Sonic in Fulton. Don't forget to download the Sonic app. You can get special discounts and special offers that you won't see advertised, but you can get that. You can even pay for it from your phone, and you always got those drink specials going on. Coach, what's your favorite drink from Sonic?
Cranberry slush.
Cranberry slush. There you go. I can deal with that. I'm a half cherry, half grape guy on my slushes as well.
You do a lot of half and half.
I do. And you always like to half and half give me a hard time. So let's take a look at some stats being brought to you by the Sonic in Fulton. Roe Pendleton with 6 points in the first half. Kendricus Carlton with 2. Crump added 2. You had Tyler Smith with 2. Antoine Porter with 2. 6 for Brown. 6 for Rance Champ. And 6 for Madarius Hobson. Your score here at halftime, ICC 35, Delta 30. We're going to take a break, hear another word from Little Caesars, and then hear from Coach Rick Collier talk about the upcoming MACJC baseball season. Of course, ICC Indians last year won the MACJC championship, hoping to repeat again this season. Back with more here, part of Little Caesars halftime report.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Well, Rick, baseball season, it'll be here before you know it. Coming off at just one of the best seasons ever at ICC you had. Won the state championship, hosted the region tournament, finished number 2 in the country. Just kind of reflect back real quick over last season.
Yeah, that was a great year. We've had a couple other years, several years that get close to that, but I think we were 42-8. An exceptional group. I mean, that group of guys spoil a coach. They took care of their business. I mean, went to class and great grades, and winning 41 ball games, winning another state championship for us. It's just a great year, and it all about them. And when you get a good group of guys and they all gel like that and believe in one another and take care of their business, it always works out like that. Those other state championships we got, they were good groups, and everybody bought in and just had a great year.
Well, Rick, you talk about those group of guys. We'll eventually focus on this year's team, but you can only put 9 on the field, and you had 5 or 6 that went Division I, so that talks about the type of talent you had. Other guys also signing scholarships as well. So let's just talk about that. You're losing a lot of really good baseball players, some of them the SEC, other schools like that, but you got a lot of shoes to fill this year as well.
Yes, it's going to be a young group out there this time. We'll have 2 starting guys back. Our center fielder he'll move from right field and go to center. That's Lane Domino, and our shortstop's back, Brett Coker. But we lost all those other guys. We lost our top 4 arms in the rotation. We lost Hootie to Mississippi State, and Medlin to Middle Tennessee State, and Krieger went to La Tech, and Lancaster went to Missouri, and our catcher went to Ole Miss, and then Medlin was our everyday first baseman, except when he wasn't pitching, and Krieger was our second baseman. So, LB went to Mississippi College out in left field. Russell's now going to Mississippi State. We got a lot of shoes to fill, and thing about it is we try to keep it rolling here. We got a good group. We got a good, talented group. They playing hard. Had a great fall. We were 6-2 in the fall and scored a lot of runs, and that's about junior college. You're gonna have to replace them. This is my 22nd year to be here, and 18th as the head coach, and been down this road before, and we're just working hard, and we're going to try and get this team rolling also.
Well, Rick, you talk about that. You've been here 22 years, 18 as head coach. What keeps that fire lit in you to come back and just – it's something about it. When baseball season gets here, man, life is good.
Yes, it's competition. It's challenges. It's another challenge. When you got 20 new guys on your roster and kind of got off sync with some injuries and some red shirts and some things like that, your idea, you'd like to have 14-14 or 15-15, but we're at 20 freshmen. But it's a good challenge. I mean, it's fun to watch them get better, develop, weight room, long toss programs, and it's obvious our guys get better. We've had 33 SEC signees out of here in my time as head coach, and 6 or 7 drafted, and not counting the other great schools that these guys have gone to. I'm up over 250 guys going to 4-year schools out of here, and we just work hard, and and the guys got to buy into it. That special group of guys come in and they see how it helps them to work. It's just a challenge. I love it, and I'm starting to get energized again after this Christmas break, and we'll get after it again. But there's a lot of work already going into it since they got here in August.
Well, you talk about the challenges, and this year that schedule is going to be another tough challenge, and that's what you do. You challenge yourself outside of division, because once you step inside the division and play MACJC baseball, everybody talks about how tough football is. Baseball, I think, is equally, if not a little bit more tough.
Yes, you get in that MACJC now, you can get beat any day. And you got to come out playing your best every day. You can't take anybody for granted. I tell my guys, don't even worry about who's got a uniform on the other side. Just play every day, and it's marathon. It's not a race. You got to run it. You got to go. It's 28 games, and it's just tough. It's relentless. You got to play hard and do well every day.
Well, Rick, anything else you want to add maybe to the fans getting ready for the baseball season and just kind of fire them up, get excited with you and to be here before we know it?
Oh, yes. It's a come on out opening day, and we'll have a great time. It's come watch a good group. I can't tell you right now who's going to be the starters. We'll be mixing and matching early, and same way with the pitching. We got a lot of good names out there that did well in high school, and it'll be exciting watching them develop and mature as a junior college baseball player.
Well, Rick, appreciate you taking time out of the day to talk to us, my man.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College, the best start here. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from what feels to be the longest halftime in the history of halftimes. ICC leads it 35-30. So they changed the score. I had it 35-32, so apparently they added 1 too many baskets.
Right here, you got to keep the same thing, do the same thing besides this rebound.
Either way it goes.
Do it works.
And ICC gets the turnover. Indians need to start this quarter strong, Coach. The first 5 minutes of this second half, really important to set the tone here for the Indians. This is Brown. Let's give you the starting lineup on the floor here for the Indians, being brought to you by Coke and Tupelo. As Nearly turns it over, ICC gets it back. Trevonte Doolittle wearing number 3. Medarius Hobson wearing number 22. Hobson puts the jumper up. That one no good. Antoine Porter wearing number 10, number 11, Brandon Brown, and number 5 is Tyler Smith.
Got to stop the ball in transition.
Did not pick up anybody, and then that time didn't rebound. Loose ball on the floor, and we've got a foul, and this is going to go against the Indians. So a lot of standing around looking. And that foul's going to go against Hobson, not the foul you want to see the guy go against there for the Indians. And then another foul. So 2 quick fouls in the span of about 5 seconds called on the Indians here. And that one's going to be whistled on Brandon Brown. Well, the referee said black 11. ICC is wearing the blue, trimmed in red and white. Delta in their home white, trimmed in black and red. ICC moving right to left on your radio dial with the basketball and the 5-point lead here, 19 minutes to go in the second half. If you're just now joining us, the Lady Indians pick up that 63-42 win in the first game of the day as that shot is off the mark, no good on the layup. And Coach Porter joining us in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. And Coach, congratulations on the big win to start the evening.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Lady Indians used a very strong third quarter to pull away for that victory and got a lot of pivotal scoring off the bench as Delta tries to throw that one on the lob. Great hustle not only defensively by Porter, but also to chase that one before it goes out of bounds and save an inbounds to keep the possession with the Indians. Well, neither team can find the offense early on here in the second half. As they feed it inside, and we've got an offensive foul. So the Indians have been called with 3 fouls already here in the second half. They're going to call him with a hooking foul that time on the offense. So 3 quick fouls here on the Indians. Delta yet to be hit with the foul. So 18-12 to play here, 35-30. Remains your score in favor of the Indians. Cartisco Brown had the basketball, lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Delta. Good job that time by Brown. Slapped the ball away, and as a player from Delta was flashing to try to get the handoff from Brown, it came off his knee, and ICC gets the ball back. So anything you can do, I can do better to start the second half of play here. Neither team getting anything going offensively. Turnovers, fouls being the story to the start of the second half. Nice no-look pass, but an even better defensive play by Delta. Beautiful pass, but great hustle coach that time by number 14 from Delta, Banks, to help out defensively to block the shot. Inside they go, a foul. Shot wouldn't fall, but a chance to go to the free throw line here to shoot a pair of free throws for Brandon Brown. So 17:38 to play here. Very, very, I don't want to use the word strange, but very different atmosphere in the gym, Coach. Not a whole lot of buzz, not a whole lot of life. It doesn't feel like a practice, but if it gets much quieter, you would think it was.
Right. It's got to do with that Monday through Thursday, and kids go home on Thursday.
We saw a lot of those kids as we were coming in today, kind of heading out for the weekend. Of course, it is a long weekend coming up.
Yeah.
So that also.
That could be it, too.
Sending them home a little early. Second free throw good as well. 8 points now unofficially from Brandon Brown. And with the long weekend, that means ICC will not be in action on Monday. Instead, they'll take on Coahoma on Tuesday, 5:30, 7:30 are those tips. You can see them on letsgoicctv.com. Nice job defensively that time by Porter. Forced the awkward shot, turned into an air ball. ICC down the other end. Layup is good. That was number 11, Brown. And Brown's got 10 points, all 4 points so far here in the second half for the Indians. The lead now is 9, 39-30. 17 minutes to play here in the contest. ICC at Mississippi Delta. The Lady Indians, they won the first game of the day by the final score of 63-42. And then there's another turnover by Delta, and Delta needs a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We're going to take the timeout with them. Let's hear from the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi and be back with more right after this. ICC leads at 39-30, 16:57 to go here in the second half.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back to action. 39-30 is the score. Raphael and I getting concerned about the dining options as we creep closer to that 9 o'clock hour here with 16:57 left in the contest. We do appreciate those that are tuning in, especially those listening here on Super Talk Mississippi. 101.9 FM. You can check us out every Thursday night. We'll join the action live after Sports Talk Mississippi wraps up As Delta jumps in a trap, ICC handles it without an issue. Hobson leaves it inside to Porter. Porter goes up strong. His shot no good. Mayday gets the rebound. He's going to put up a hook shot. A lot of contact, no foul call. Delta with 5 shirts in the paint were able to get the rebound. So ICC a chance to build their largest lead of the night. Comes up empty on that possession. They lead 39-30, 6:24 to play here. And there's another turnover by Delta. Delta is just not taking care of the basketball as there's a layup up in and good for Porter. That's his 4th point of the contest, but largely the night now at 11. But Delta has been bitten by the turnover bug here and have been outscored by the Indians.
Got to get a rebound.
Yep, and that one shot is up in and good. They finally got it. As I was trying to do the math quickly in my head, ICC led it 35-30 at halftime, raced out to a 41-30 lead. As the jumper up, no good. Rebound to Delta. So it was a 6-0 run to start the second half for the Trojans, and there's going to be a foul, like a travel, but instead the referee said he got pushed is what caused the travel, and we'll have a pair of free throws coming up here for the Trojans. 41-32, 15:33 to play here in Moorhead, or as some people know, where the Southern crosses the Yellow Dog. As that free throw dances around and falls through. Second free throw, that one off the mark, no good. All I know is there is one Delta fan that is giving their guys an earful. Lazy pass taken away, and a layup is up in and good. You gotta take care of the basketball better than that if you're the Indians. And their turnover on the inbounds as a couple of guys were fighting over the top of the basketball. Now they get up to 4 to Doolittle. 3-on-2 break here. They're going to lob it up to Smith, and he throws it down. And Coach Pate wants to take the timeout. Smith with his 4th point of the night. You saw it brewing there, and a big-time basket thrown down. 43-35. ICC with the lead, 15:07 to play here. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawama County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 43-35 is your score. The Tyler Smith alley-oop jam gives the Indians the lead with 15:05 to play here in the second half. Lady Indians win the first game of the day, 63-42. The Indians trying to find a way to complete the sweep. A road sweep in the MACJC is something that rarely happens. Deep NBA range 3, and the bank is open. Third time we've seen a bank shot go in on that side of the floor. And a big-time shot there for the Trojans as they're able to make it a 43-38 contest. Still a lot of time to play in this one. ICC leading 43-38, 14.5 to play. Smith drives inside, floats in the lane, and he's fouled. The Indians getting a much more aggressive coach, attacking the basket. And to me, this is where this ICC team is at their best, is when they attack the basket and drive the ball to the hoop.
And get into the line.
See if Smith can take care of things from the free throw line. He's 0 for 3 on the night. That one wasn't pretty, but found its way in. He's got 5. Crump coming back into the contest. Doolittle will check out. This substitution being brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma. Second free throw rattles in and falls for the 6th point of the contest for Tyler Smith. And ICC extends its lead now, 45-38, 14.5 to play here in the second half. Trojans with the basketball, wearing their white uniforms, moving left to right on your radio dial. Trying to take it to the paint, nothing there. Thought about the 3, and Crump being aggressive that time. Bit on the ball fake and ran into the player that tried to drive to the basket. Should be Delta ball on the sideline. Smart play that time by Delta. So the Trojans with the basketball. They trail at 45-38, 14-15 to go here in the second half. Indians trying to pick up their first conference win. Beautiful layup up in and good that time. Off the hands of Norfleet. Just floated that one up there just out of the fingertips of the ICC's defense. So the Indians with the basketball. Will have to hurry the ball up the floor and get it across with a second to spare. 13:50 to play here. The lead is 5 for the Indians. That's where it was at halftime, 45-30. Or excuse me, 45-40 is the score now. Hobson with the basketball, kicks it out to Brown, spots up for a three. Yes! Big basket knocked down there by Brown. He's got 13. He had 6 in the first half, so he's more than doubled that up here in the second half. We've got a foul on the Indians. And this is where Delta can take advantage, Coach, with 13:23 to go.
Getting into early foul trouble.
Well, and
be able to shoot free throws from here on out.
Well, the referee showed 1-1, but that was only the 6th team foul on the Indians, but still.
That's only 13 minutes is a long time.
And only 2 fouls have been called so far on the Trojans here in the second half. 3-point basket on its way. Kind of a knuckleball three-pointer is off the mark, no good. Tried to save it in bounds, but it hit the paint before it came back in. So the turnover gives the ball back to the Indians. Not the shot if you're looking for the Trojans, but if you're the Indians, you'll let them take that long NBA range three or beyond NBA range three, I should say, in that situation. 13 minutes to play here in the second half. ICC with a 48-40 lead over Mississippi Delta. Lady Indians win the first game of the day, 63-42. Madarius Hobson with the basketball, well beyond the three-point line, and travel is called.
He slid his feet a little bit.
Yep. And you see that a lot more now these days, Coach. Of course, a lot of it's in the NBA, and these kids see what the NBA do, think they can get away with it.
And then they try it out before practice.
Yeah. So, turnover gives the ball back now as a pair of subs check in here for ICC. Number 3, Trevante Doolittle. Number 1, Kendricus Carlton. These substitutions being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They're raising money right now for their spring break trip to Alaska. Visit ICC BSU on Twitter. That's ICC BSU on Twitter to find out how you can help contribute to that trip. Understand with some of the recent happenings worldwide, the plane tickets that they were set to order had almost doubled in cost, and a foul. There's a clean block from Hobson. Let's see who they're going to call it on. They're actually going to call the foul on, I believe, Smith. Yes, okay, I was going to say that was the cleanest block as possible.
He got him with the arm bar, Smith.
So that's going to send Delta back to the free throw line, and they will be in the 1-1 or the bonus situation for 12:28 left in the game. And Delta still only been called with 2 fouls so far here in the second half. So this is where Delta can really start to make up some ground. Points with the clock stopped could be big here for the Trojans down the stretch. First free throw is up and good. It's actually a 2-shot opportunity here for the Trojans, 48-41. Champ and Brown, Shamar Brown, check back into the contest here for the Indians. Let's reset your Coca-Cola lineup on the floor. Of course, this being brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. Shamar Brown, number 24. As the second free throw is no good, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go to the Indians. Number 1, Kendricus Carlton. Number 15, Rance Champ. Number 3, Trevante Doolittle. And number 22, Madarius Hobson, all on the floor here for the Indians. So Doolittle with the basketball. He's just simply going to ask everybody to clear out here and take his guy one-on-one as he brings the ball into the front court. Over on the far side of the floor, that's going to be the right wing where he has it now. Swings it to the near side to Carlton. And Carlton nearly has his pocket pick. Sees a trap. In trouble. Goes to the backside to Brown. Brown swings it around to Champ. Champ feeds it inside to Mayday. Mayday spins. And we're going to have a foul called here on Delta. And Diggins not happy with the foul call. He was very animated after that. And I feel like the Indians are catching a break here, Coach.
Was he shooting?
Yeah, they're going to say he was shooting. I did not think he was shooting.
I thought he was still turning.
I did too. I thought the foul came well before the contact. So Hobson to the free throw line. The first one, no good. Got to make your free throws, Coach.
Especially when they give them to you on the road.
So winning the second free throw here from Mayday 48-41 is your score. 12:03 to play here in the contest. Second free throw, that one no good. That's guilty conscious free throw. As I say it a lot of times, when you don't think you're supposed to be at the free throw line, you end up not hitting them, and that was the case there. So a pair of big misses, it keeps it a 7-point game. Delta with the basketball, ball fakes, gets the defender up in the air, and a foul on ICC. A late whistle, but the correct whistle, as that foul whistle on Shamar Brown.
It's going to be a lot of free throws shot this half.
It is. And it's still a lot of time left on the clock as we've went into that 9 o'clock hour, 11:47 left to play. Well, even if that restaurant, Raphael, that we would like to visit is closed, one good thing is we're in the van, so we can get home a little bit quicker.
Oh, nice.
That first free throw off the mark, no good. So this free throw shooting contest between these two teams, they aren't taking advantage of them. Second free throw, that one no good. Should have been an over-the-back call. Rebound being tipped around. And ICC comes away with it.
Huh?
So they're passing out free food here. Coach Porter. Yeah, we'll give it to Raphael because Raphael's not on the mic right now, so he can eat. I'll just set that to the side. Well, we didn't miss anything while everything was going on. Both teams miss a basket. And then we're going to have another foul called. And, well, if anybody back in community relations is watching, we might be back in time tomorrow for that 1 o'clock meeting. As this free throw, that one's up in and good for the Trojans. 48-42, 11:49 to play. As Porter will check back into the contest, Brown will check out after picking up the foul. So let's reset here. 48-42 is your score. 11:19 left to play here in the second half. Second free throw is good. Makes it 48-43. ICC, they've been whistled with 9 fouls. Delta only 3. And Delta's pressing, and ICC is not. So either way it goes, Doolittle with the basketball now. ICC's got to tighten it up and take care of business here. Doolittle with the basketball, wanting to work one-on-one. He's going to dribble over, and Carlton nearly jumped in the way. Now Carlton will get the basketball.
Attack the basket. Don't settle, attack the basket.
10 seconds on the shot clock here. Tough defense out of the Trojans. ICC working away from the basket. Now Carlton goes inside, and he was kicked in the back of the head. No foul call. And then when he got the loose ball, put it back up, the foul was called that time on lesser contact. And
looked like he got hit in the mouth.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought it was the back of the head, but he actually got kicked in the teeth with no whistle. Chuco, baby. 10:50 to play. Carlton probably seeing stars and missing that free throw. Well, that could be one thing that comes back and haunts the Indians here, is going to be free throw opportunities and not taking advantage of them. Second free throw on its way, and that one good. So 1 of 2 from the free throw line that time for Carlton. Makes it a 49-43 contest, 10:45 to play here.
Looks like they done went back to their zone, what worked first half for them.
So Delta will work against that 2-3 zone, and Indians have got to do that, being in foul trouble as well. Delta trying to drive baseline. Good help defense. Lost the basketball and then stepped out of bounds as he went on the drive. Coach, good switch that time. Really caught Delta off guard. They weren't anticipating the zone. So 49-43, 10.5 to play here in the contest. ICC leading by 6. Thank you for those that are still tuned in here on Super Talk Mississippi, as well as Let'sGoICCTV.com. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at Let'sGoICC to keep up with all the updates from all now 11 of our intercollegiate athletic programs. Hobson with the basketball. Now dribbles over on the right wing, wanting to work one-on-one, spins around, jumper up, back iron, no good. Porter with a strong rebound. His putback shot blocked out of bounds as Porter couldn't handle the basketball, and it goes back to Delta. Good defense that time by Delta to block that shot. Porter went up strong, but a nice, strong block shot negates that opportunity there for the Indians. Drive inside, runner in the paint is good. as that shot good for number 3. That was Norfleet. Norfleet has been a spark for the Trojans here in the second half. Carlton drives inside. Wow, I was going to say if there was no foul call there, a late whistle as Carlton slammed to the floor on that layup attempt. And he will go back to the free throw line where he just made 1 of 2. Well, Coach, let's talk about this, and we're not talking about officiating right now, but we're just talking about the game of basketball. It's about rhythm. It's about getting in your rhythm when it comes to shooting. When you have a game where you can't really play more than 15 to 20 seconds at a time without the whistle being blown, how does that affect your rhythm?
It slows you down. I think it messes with the kids psychologically because they can't get it in their rhythm, but if they send you to the free throw line, you at least got to make those.
Yep. So that was the team 5th foul called on the Trojans. First free throw and second free throw good from Carlton. He's got 5 points this evening. The lead back to 6, 51-45, 9:35 to play here in the second half. Delta with the basketball. ICC staying in that 2-3 zone. Thought about the 3. Now they're working into the corner. 3-point basket on its way and makes them pay. Well, they got shifted around quickly that time. Couldn't recover defensively. And the Trojans, a big 3 there. Makes it a 51-48 contest. Coming up on 9 minutes left here in the second half. Brown with the basketball now. Wanting to work one-on-one. Calling from a screen. Not going to take it now as he drives inside. Kicks it out to Champ. Champ into the corner. And it steps out of bounds. And again, a turnover. One of those mental mistakes. And for Coach Payton, of course for you, Coach Porter, that's just got to be aggravating as he had an easy layup that time and the Indians want to take a timeout.
Yeah, they got to talk about this little defense.
Timeout on the floor. 8:57 to go here. It's going to be a timeout taken by the Indians. Back with more right after this. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank. ICC 51-48 over Delta.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
At Itawamba Community College, your education is our top priority. With a 20-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, you will get the help that you need from your instructors. With 3 locations in Fulton, Tupelo, and Belden, ICC offers classes that will prepare you to enter almost any job field of your choice. Learn more about Wallet Hub's #1 community college in Mississippi and the 25th best in the country by visiting iccms.edu or apply online at apply.iccms.edu. Itawamba Community College. The best start here. And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. Had a little bit of a dust-up in the crowd across the way against between some of the Mississippi Delta fans as we went into that timeout. The campus police did a great job of taking care of that. That's the reason why we had the extended timeout there. So Delta with the basketball. They feed it inside. Turnaround jumpers off the mark, no good. Brandon Brown had the rebound. Slapped out, and Porter takes control. So good job that time by campus police to take care of business and not let that get out of hand. Seeing a little bit of everything tonight. 51-48 is your score. 8:21 to go here. Carlton tries to go inside, goes up and under, tries to feed it back to Hobson. Good defense straight up that time by Delta. Forces another turnover. And there's a travel. No, they're going to call a charge. Oh! And then Carlton takes a knee to the stomach after Diggins fell on him that time after the charge was called. Carlton, man, he's had a tough night. He got kicked in the mouth with no foul called. And then after taking the charge, Diggins fell on him and took a knee to the midsection. He seems to be okay, just trying to catch his breath here on the sideline. So let's reset. A lot of craziness is going on in the fast 2 or 3 minutes. 8 minutes to play. 51-48 is your score. ICC with the lead. Campus Police here at Delta still helping some people to an early exit as a backdoor cut was there, but the pass a little bit too strong to hang on to. Turnover gives it back now to the Trojans. So it's a 3-point contest, 7:48 to play here. Coach, bizarre is all you can say over the last 2.5 minutes.
Wow, it's a lot going on with not many people here in the gym.
Yeah. 7:45 now, 51-48 is the score. Delta with the basketball working left to right on your radio dial. Trying to go inside out. Carlton for three. That one left short, no good. Rance Champ with the rebound. Well, really neither team got a whole lot to write home about for this second half offensive performance.
Right now, the outside is not really hitting for neither one of them.
Inside they go to Hobson.
Double team.
Oh, nice pass.
Look.
Layup is good. That's going to be a nominee for next week's Renaissance Bank Wada Play Wednesday. Beautiful feed by Mayday. Almost a no-look pass. Knew where the help defense was coming. Smith did a good job of filling in. And wow, what a play on the other end by Diggins. He just threw up a prayer, found the answer, and a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way on the other end. And that's going to be Smith's fourth foul, so that's a big one there. And now Delta will be in that double bonus for the remaining 7:06 in the contest. So they have been in the bonus situation since just under 13 minutes left in the second half. And now they'll be in the double bonus for the remaining 7:06. Free throw is off the mark, no good. Rance Champ with the rebound. All right, I don't really know what's going on across the way, and I know this has nothing to do with the basketball game, but they've asked some more people. It looks like a lot of people across the way are starting to fill out the gym. It's not because the cheer sponsor was talking to the Campus Police, and she immediately turned around and asked her girls to
they're gone.
Leave the gym, so they're leaving. And so then the Campus Police were talking to some more people on the upper concourse level as well, and now they're leaving the gym. And none of those people were involved in the scuffle that broke out earlier, and Campus Police is now kind of walking through the entire crowd. As there's a drive to the basket and a foul. Sorry, I know there's a basketball game going on here, but it's just odd to see just everyone leaving the game after Campus Police comes over and talks to them. We got all of our people on our side over here, so we're safe. Now. As the free throw is up, in, and good. That is Brandon Brown. He's got 14 points. He only had 6 in the first half, so he's had a strong second half here. Makes it a 54-50 contest. Still a lot of time to play. 6:41 left here. Both teams now in the bonus situation. ICC in the 1-and-1. 2-shot free throw opportunity situation for the Trojans. Second free throw, that one's up in and good. 15 points for Brandon Brown now. So with all that going on, folks, I'm going to go ahead and tell you now we'll have a very abbreviated Renaissance Bank postgame report as there's a turnover. Carlton gets it. He's going to drive inside. Layup is up in and good for Kendricus Carlton. 7 points for Carlton and a big basket there as ICC extends its lead to 7 now. And the Trojans want a timeout. Timeout on the floor to regather. We're going to regather ourselves as well. 57-50 is your score. 6:17 left to play. Let's hear from Cagle Eye Center. Back with more right after this.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
And welcome back out of that timeout, 57-50. ICC with the lead, 6:17 to play here. Delta with the basketball. Delta in white, ICC in blue. The Trojans working left to right on your radio dial. Wild shot put up, no good. And we're going to have they blew the whistle before the ball went out of bounds, but they're going to say no foul. Ball will go back to Delta as two Indians fought over it. I think that's the reason why the referee called it. He saw the player hit the ground, then looked up and saw it was actually two ICC players going after the basketball. So good job adjusting the call that time by the referee. 6 minutes and 7 seconds left to play. And the way this game has been played so far in the second half, we might get it done in the next hour. So Delta with the basketball now, 6 minutes to play. 57-50, ICC with the lead. Three-point baskets, halfway down, no good. Rebound to Brandon Brown. Lost the handle on it, was able to get it back. Well, now if you're the Indians, you can go on a little bit of a run here. If you value the possession of the basketball, get some points on the board, and then start to put this thing away as Delta get a little frantic, extending the defense well beyond the three-point line. Brown trying to get the foul call. Didn't get it. Hobson, no look.
Nice.
Layup. Beautiful play there
Way
for the
to move
Indians.
the ball.
That's a part of Hobson's game. We talk about Gandy and her rebounding. Hobson's game, his ability to pass the ball, recognize where the defense is coming from, and able to make good passes, and that was just another example of it there. Delta answers with a basket on the other end. 59-52 now is the score. The Trojans getting in that press, slapped it out of bounds. But if you're the Indians, you've got plenty of guards on the floor that can handle the ball. You've got Carlton, you've got Champ, you've got Brown. Mayday can handle the ball pretty well for the Indians. You also got Porter on the other end. So you gotta be mindful to come back and help when that press from Delta, they're able to jump in it in a hurry here. Now one thing the Indians can do, if they can throw over the top of that press, beat it with a pass or two, they can find some easy layups for Porter on the other end. So the Trojans coming out, trying to jump the trap every opportunity they do. The Indians do a much better job that time. 3 passes and they break the press. Brown drives inside, kicks it back out to Champ. Champ driving inside, now kicks it back out. Smart play by the Indians, wanting to work some clock here. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. 4:50 and counting. ICC leading by 7. Three-pointer on its way. Good. Well, I was about to say that's not the shot you wanted.
It didn't look pretty.
Yeah, Brown's feeling it. He's got 18 points, scored 12 so far here in the second half, and there's a foul called on the Indians. So 10 now is the lead for the Indians after that three-pointer, but again, ICC bailing out the Trojans here as just not a smart play defensively will send the Trojans to the line after the foul for 2 free throws, and points with the clock stopped is going to be big here for the Trojans in the final 4:36.
You talked her up.
Oh, Coach Gray. I didn't know who that was at first. Spoke her into existence. Is she watching or listening right now? She may not be. Everybody's probably going to bed.
She may still have that JUCO Weekly app, checking it out.
I got you. First free throw was no good. Second free throw, though, was good for Delta. But if you want to see ICC scores, visit letsgoicc.com. 62-53 is the score. Trojans jump in a trap and nearly turn that one over. Ooh, big time break there for the Indians. Carlton with the basketball now, drives into the corner to Champ, and Champ wisely backs it back out. Indians trying to work as much clock as they can, but they've got to make sure they score whenever they do get the clock run down this low. And instead they turn it over. Delta gets the steal, but there's Hobson on the other end coming back and saving the day for the good guys. Back and forth we go in this one. 62-53 is your score. 4 minutes to play in the contest. ICC trying to complete the sweep of Delta this evening. Lady Indians won 63-42 in the first game of the day. ICC leading at 62-53 now inside 4 minutes. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Brown goes inside, tried to draw the foul. You ain't going to get those calls on the road. You got to finish strong. Inside they go, and a charging call. Great job that time by Hobson taking the call. Who was the first person to jump up and cheer him on? That was Shamea Williams coming up there. She took 4 of those charges in the first half. Coach, that's unselfish basketball when you're able to give up your body for your team.
Well, we kind of got a little deal going on. If you take a charge, you get a gift card.
Okay.
So they get a $10 gift card Whatever works.
Well, hey, it works. Hobson drives inside. Layup is good for Hobson. Big basket there for the Indians. Pushes lead back out to 11, matching the largest of the night. I've got that as Hobson's first points in the second half. 64-53. 3:20 and counting here in the contest. And we've got a foul away from the basketball, of course. That foul's going to be called on Porter. And the Trojans will go back to the free throw line. 64-53. 3:20 left to play. I want to do this. If you've got Twitter and you're still listening right now, hit me up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. My sister is still checking in. I just see a text message from her. She says, anybody that gives you a hard time is my best friend. And so, Robin,
that's me.
You just made a best friend. Trust me, Jody. You'll love her.
I give him pineapples all the time.
She tries to. For anybody that don't know that reference, I am bad allergic to pineapples. 64-54 is the score. But, yeah, if you're still watching, as the second free throw is good, hit us up on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. If you've got my cell phone number, text me. I'm just curious to see if anybody's still tuned in as we're quickly approaching that 9:30 hour here. So the Indians with the basketball, 3:08 to play here. They lead at 64-55. Brown extended well beyond three. Now 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to go on the drive. Floats one in the paint. Up in a good big basket there for Brown. Brown, what a game he's had. 20 points, 14 in the second half. ICC's lead back to 11. Three-pointer from the corners, no good. Carlton with the rebound. Up the floor he goes to Brown. Brown goes inside. Layup is good. So now the lead to 13, larger of the night for ICC. Trojans rushing down the other end of the floor in a hurry. That jumper's off the mark, no good. Rebound being fought for, out of bounds. Last touched by the Indians. Looks like a wholesale substitution situation here for the Trojans. Sylvia Chamley checking in. She says she's still watching. Well, I'll tell you what, if there's ever an unsung hero on campus, it's Miss Sylvia. And if there's anybody in the world that can make better pretzels than Miss Sylvia.
Oh, I love her pretzels.
Oh, I will fight people over her pretzels, and she knows it.
Hey, we got Lamaya, Mom. Miss Deborah still tuned in.
Okay. Appreciate Miss Deborah checking out as well. As there's going to be a turnover down the other end of the floor. Brown tried to go up for the jam, and he's fouled hard. Pamela Reed checking in. Dee Stegall still joining us in the broadcast right now.
Dee is never going to leave us.
Dee is Mr. ICC for life. That's my guy. The pride of Smithfield. 68-55 is the score. 2:08 left to play in the contest. Brown to the free throw line. His free throw is good. 21 now is the total points for Brandon Brown. Boy, this has been a interesting night as the second free throw is up in and good. We saw well, let's say what it was. We saw a fight break out in the stands. We've seen 1.5 million foul calls, and we've got another timeout called here. Full timeout on the floor. 70-55 is the score. Let's hear from the ICC PTK. Be back with more right after this.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Welcome back. 70-55 is the score. ICC with the lead. 2:08 left to play. Coach, we got another person that was checking in on Twitter that was watching. Also had a birthday last week.
Yeah, P Money. How you doing, P Money?
Coach Coleman, Presley Coleman, down in Winona watching tonight. We'll be coming through there hopefully in about the next hour. As Mayday with the steal, but steps out of bounds. And the turnover will give the ball back to the Trojans. Good point. Raphael says it might have been the red shoes that time that just blended in with the sidelines. Anyway, the turnover gives the ball back now to the Trojans. 70-55 is the score. Delta with the basketball. Mayday said, I'll get it again. Another steal by Hobson, and this time he's going to drop it off to Brandon Brown. Indians content working some clock here with 1:40 to play. They lead at 70-55. Diggins coming up in Garden Brown. Diggins, a former Indian. He and Cartisco Brown were on the ICC squad last year. Playing for the Trojans this year. Hobson with the basketball, working with 5 seconds. Drives inside, scoop shot, good. Mayday with the basket. 72-55 now is the lead for the Indians. 1:12 to play in the contest. Delta with the basketball on the left wing. ICC falling back in a 3-2 zone. They fall asleep on the backside of that zone, but Delta wasn't ready for the basketball. They turn it over, and the Indians get the steal. Well, I'll tell you what, the second half has belonged to the Indians. Delta missed shots, but really were hampered by turnovers, and ICC was able to take advantage. Inside a minute to play now here. 45 seconds to play. 72-55 ICC with the lead. Brown driving inside, trying to go for that backside lob to Carlton. Wasn't there. Ends up in the hands of Brown, who fires to 3. That one off the mark, no good. Carlton's there with the rebound, and what a nasty spill. Nothing intentional on that foul. They were both going for the loose ball, but the player from Delta just cut the legs out from underneath Kendrickus Carlton. So Carlton has been kicked in the mouth, took a knee to the gut, and then landed on his hip and elbow on that foul.
And he's still out there.
And he's still out there chugging away. He's going to be one of those guys that he's going to be happy it's a long 3-day weekend, as that free throw is up in and good. Makes it a 73-55 contest.
Well, they kind of still got practice.
Oh, yeah. Second free throw, good as well. Coach, we talked about having to take advantage of the free throws when you got them. ICC did a really good job of that down the stretch to be able to knock down those free throws and extend this lead now, 74-55. 19, largest lead of the night now for the Indians. Three-point basket from the Trojans, up in and good. That basket knocked down by number 24. That was Gibbs. Makes it a 74-58 score, and that's going to do it. ICC is just going to dribble this one into the front court. Hobson bounces it over to Brown. Diggins went for the steal, and ICC is going to dribble the air out of this one. Your final score here from Moorhead. ICC picks up their first conference win of the season, 74-58 here from Mississippi Delta. Well, we typically go into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. We'll do that now, and we'll take a look at some Sonic stats. These stats, as always, unofficial. Roe Pendleton with 6 points. Carlton had 9. Michael Crump with 2. Tyler Smith with 6. Antoine Porter with 6. 22 points for our Sonic star of the game, Brandon Brown. Rance Champ with 6. And Madarius Hobson with 8. So ICC gets the sweep tonight on the road. Lady Indians win it 63-42. And the Indians pick up the 74-58 victory here. So that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. For Raphael Henry, Robin Porter, I'm Adam Gore saying good night from Moorhead. Have a blessed evening. And as always, Roll Tribe.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, Your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.